Why do you use sugar? Why are you addicted? Why are you watching this video? Hope I grabbed your attention, now let's find out. Sugar is everywhere. In our healthy lunch, in our morning coffee, even if you add honey instead, like my dad, in my pomegranate juice, in fact in ketchup as well. Most of us don't pay any attention until it's sometimes too late. I had a hygienist appointment last week and found out I have another cavity. And that's just one of many problems excessive sugar usage can cause. Furthermore, energy spikes and then crashes, pimples keep appearing, and it's difficult to fall asleep. It's also bad for your heart, which is something I've struggled with in the past and do not want to risk again. Sugar isn't good for us, that's clear. But the problem isn't sugar itself. It's how often we use it to escape boredom, stress, or discomfort. Instead of it being a delight you get to have once in a while to treat yourself or on a special occasion, it's become a given in our modern day lives. It's made us become addicted. I'm not giving up sugar completely, but just enough to release its hold over me. These are the rules for the next 7 days. I can eat fruits. They technically have sugar, but they're natural. I can also eat raisins and dates, not the David Jones ones. I should get rid of temptations, but I can't. I live with my parents and my mom's a dessert fan. All I'll be doing is eliminating snacks from my room. All the savory foods are allowed. Even though they might have sugar in them as well, I'm not trying to be that strict. Then the obvious. No desserts, no granola bars, no chocolate. Obviously, giving it to my mom. Do you think you're addicted? Here's how to tell. If you're frequently craving sugar, it's obvious you might be addicted. However, what I didn't know is you can also crave salty items. Since sugar doesn't provide any nutritional value, it causes a deficiency of healthy nutrients, causing you to crave salty items like bread, biscuits, pizza, processed meat, sauces, and canned vegetables. Never have I ever craved a canned vegetable over some chips or meat sticks. Many more symptoms, but a few had been mentioned previously. I think the main thing you really came here to see is see me struggling, since it is a challenge. This is the ultimate willpower test. It just looks so gorgeous, and I know it would taste phenomenal, yet I'm gonna have to resist and have like an apple instead. Torturing myself for your entertainment. Sugar problem addiction many of us have developed isn't actually our fault. Not entirely. You see, sugar works like a drug. It's a legal, scientifically proven way to get us addicted to want to buy it again. But why is it addictive and why do we want more? Each time you consume sugar, let's say a piece of chocolate, it's so delicious that it satisfies your craving and releases dopamine, which is a feel-good hormone. But it doesn't make you feel as good as it makes you want to do it again. In this instance, have another piece of chocolate. You blink once, twice, and before you know it, the whole chocolate bar is gone. It's addictive like that, and we blame ourselves for slacking, gaining weight, when in reality, what we're lacking is willpower, an environment that wouldn't tempt us, and different minerals, magnesium, chromium, zinc, or B vitamins. The craving is controllable, but we're only humans, thus we find the easiest, quickest, and most satisfying fix: processed sugar items. A trap we tend to fall for is the no added sugar label on packages. You see, they can't actually lie about the fact that there's no added sugar, or else they could get sued. However, what they do add is additional sweeteners that consist of plenty of fructose and glucose. Essentially, what people need to remember is that no added sugar doesn't mean the product is healthy or sugar-free. It means no extra sugar was added during making, or so to say, they are using ingredients that are already sweet and contain sugar. I wouldn't rely on such signs, but instead check the back where it actually says how much sugar is inside the product. Previously, I mentioned different minerals that help us balance our sugar cravings, yet if we lack them, we desire sugar. Let's find out what foods have them so that we may crave sugar less. Magnesium. It's found in nuts, seeds, and leafy greens like spinach. Chromium and zinc. It is in whole grains such as oats and brown rice, as well as vegetables, nuts, seeds, beef, poultry, aka chicken and turkey, eggs, and even lentils. B vitamins. It's also in the foods named previously, additionally in dairy products, fish, and seafoods, and nutritional yeast. If you were to quit sugar, it'd be optimal that you consume more of these products, crave sugar less frequently. We have these very ripe bananas that ought to be consumed. Therefore, let's make some healthy banana pancakes. Let me share my personal motivation behind quitting sugar while we make and cook. This was no easy decision, believe me. However, I knew it was necessary to restore my productivity, discipline levels that had been damaged because of bad and unhealthy habits. Yes to sugar, of course, but also smartphone addiction. That's my recent video in which I used Nokia for a week. Once your body gets used to such slacking, procrastinating, it takes an insane amount of willpower to get us out of such hole. I love food, and I believe life is too short to limit oneself such satisfaction. Speaking of moderation, how much is a daily recommended sugar intake? Different sources state different facts, which is frankly annoying. The website Health Hub states that it should be no more than 10% of our daily energy intake. NHS UK states that adults should have no more than 30 grams. Heart.org declares that men should consume no more than 9 of added sugar per day. On the other hand, women should consume no more than 6 teaspoons. How is that fair? Some men are teensier than women. Now, let's see how much is actually added into the foods and drinks we use. I don't know what's on your menu, so I'm just gonna quickly go through everything. Sweet potatoes, 4.2 grams per 100 grams. Plain Greek yogurt, 3 to 6 grams per 100 grams. Ketchup has 4 grams per tablespoon. But comparing to 100 grams,
someone were to eat that much ketchup in a serving,
it'd be 22 grams of sugar. Granola bars obviously depends on the kind, but in general 29 100 grams of product, only a bit more than ketchup. A can of cola can have as much as 9 cubes of sugar, but in 100 milliliters, it's 10 grams. Honestly, I was expecting more just because the ketchup fact shocked me, but honestly, drinking 100 milliliters of cola is not that hard. Now the reality of how much we consume. Young adults in the US consume on average about 17 teaspoons of sugar. How to eat less sugar. Easiest is by making meals yourself. That way you'll be more of the sugar content, as well as swapping one food item to another. For example, sugary breakfast cereal, you switch to oatmeal. It might not taste as good at first, however there are a ton of ways to make it more creative and tastier, and that is one of them. Number 3, eliminate sugary drinks. And coffee, if you must have it, try replacing it with honey. And drink water a lot. I personally drink lemon water since I don't like teas. Number 4, I know we love snacking, and snack prep is also a thing. If you bake some healthy muffins with bananas or blueberries, trust me, you won't be craving anything else and you'll be set for the week. Number 5, add foods containing vitamins and minerals to stay full longer and reduce cravings. A week has passed and I have truly put my willpower up to the test. Overall, I believe I gained a great deal of willpower. However, I wouldn't want to do it again willingly. Look at this beauty I got today. Let's have a bite and end this challenge once and for all. If you want, like, comment, and share to your friend if you found this valuable, and they might as well.